Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I just had my jab done for my COVID vaccine and it is bruising, it really hurts. Anyway, really random. So today we are doing my English. I am doing the 19th part, I believe it's the 19th part, might be the 20th, can't remember. Doing my next part of my 5,000 question survey, where I have found a blog on LiveJournal which has got 5,000 questions in it. There may be times where they repeat, maybe some that I'm missing, but we're still going to carry on. So I believe I ended on 823, so let's continue on straight away. 824, which is: would you enjoy reading fairy tales written about robots? I don't necessarily like reading fairy tales anyway. I know that weren't they originally like really grim and like not like positive at all? I think robots be quite scary, so I'm gonna say no. 825, is smoking a turn on or gross? I'm not a fan of smoking myself. I don't like the smell, I don't like the taste. I have tried it, yes. I don't like it makes your fingers feel like oily or like weirdly textured. I don't like it. It kind of gives them a weird colour too. And also like it's bad for your health. I understand why people do it to look cool, but it's just not for me. I don't think you look cool doing it. I have just realised I'm burnt. Yes. Hi guys. Yes, it's summer. 826. What is the one way you wouldn't want to die? Slowly, I guess. I wouldn't want to know that I'm dying. I would love it to be an instant death. Or like in my sleep or something. I would not want to be awake knowing that I'm going to be dying. So I wouldn't want it to be painful, I wouldn't want it to be slow, instant please. That's like one of my fears. One of my fears is death, but I also don't want to grow old. So I'd like to die young. Is that really morbid to think? Probably. 827, which would you look sillier on you, a cowboy hat or a Rasta hat? Depends how big the hats are, because usually hats are too big for my head because I've got quite a small head, because I'm quite short and small and petite. However, I used to own a cowboy hat. I don't know when it was. Maybe when I was like 9, when we went to Florida. We might have gone and watched like bull ring stuff. I can't really remember, but I seem to remember us getting the hats, and we owned them for years. So I'm gonna say I'll probably look sillier in a Rasta hat just because I don't think they really suit me. 828, would you rather have a job doing something indoors or outdoors? I'm definitely someone who prefers to be indoors most of the time, especially in England where the weather is not like warm all the time. It's usually cold and raining and kind of horrible. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna stick with doing my job indoors, because it's warm and safe. 829, would you rather learn about human nutrition or meteorology? I'm gonna say human nutrition because I still don't really understand it. Like, I still don't know like how foods are good for you and bad for you. 830, have you ever taken honours courses? Well, this is American. We don't do that in England. I don't really know what that means, to be honest with you. I went to school, I then went to college to do some diplomas to then allow me to go to university for my degree. So I know there's a lot of countries that use colleges and universities as like the same term, but college here is kind of like a midway point. It's like in between secondary school and university, or it can be instead of university you can go to college. Like, yeah, it's kind of really confusing. It depends what sort of qualification you need or want or desire, or whether you want to go to university or not, I guess. 831, what do you think of crop circles? I don't really. They're kind of eerie, but most of the time I think it's just the farmers having some fun. 832, where do they come from? Again, I think they're just farmers having some fun, and I don't really think it's anything to do with aliens. 833, when was the last time you screwed up big time? I'm not too sure. I'm gonna guess it was probably at work and I sent out an email incorrectly, but I don't think that's happened for a while, so I'm not too sure. 834, you have a choice. What do you eat between a veggie burger, a turkey dog, or a cheese sandwich? Probably a cheese sandwich. 835, do you get a lot of random instant messages? No, they're not really random. They're all my friends, and we don't really use instant messaging apps, programs, whatever you want to call it now. We tend to just use WhatsApp. That's where I get my random messages from, but they're not really random. 836, do you have a paper journal? Yeah, I guess I do. I have been journaling in a book this year. I really slacked on it this last month, but yeah, doing that still. 837, VHS or DVD? VHS, definitely. I grew up watching VHS. I think it's just quite cool. Kind of missed out having DVDs in my family. I don't know how that happened, but we didn't really own DVDs, really, so our main source of watching films as kids was through the VHS player. 838, vinyl, cassette tape or CD? All three of them actually. I loved growing up listening to cassette tapes. My first device was like a portable Walkman, which was for cassettes. I remember that very well. It was a Sony one. Then obviously that transitioned to CDs. I have a massive collection of, not that I can play it on anything because I don't actually have like a CD player in my flat. However, I do have a vinyl player, so that's the only thing that I can work for me currently. So I kind of gone back in time to vinyls, and I flipping love vinyls. They give me such like a nice vibe. I like the crackle. 839, have you ever seen the video or heard the song Days Go By Dirty Vegas? No, never heard of them, never heard that song. 840, MTV, should it play more videos or more shows? Okay, so this is quite old now, I feel like. I grew up when MTV did have music videos on there, and then it sort of transitioned to the TV shows, and I thought it was really sad. I wished it stayed more how it was naturally, being music TV. I don't think it's going to change anymore. I think it's going to be back to, it's just going to be shows, and I don't even know if it still exists. I'm guessing it does. I don't actually watch music channels anymore. Name a band. Okay, McFly. Do fans of the band tend to share any characteristics with each other? Sure. I mean, I think with any fandom you can find fans that share characteristics with each other. That's just kind of normal. That's just how it is to be a fan of something. You tend to like the same band, so you're gonna kind of most likely gonna be similar to each other that way. 842, what does the expression touch and go mean? I believe it sort of means when something's a bit hairy and you're not sure if it's going to go ahead or not. It's a little bit awkward. The only thing I can think of is like for some reason my first thought is that like when their rocket is gonna go up into space, and like the liftoff is a little bit dodgy. It was a bit touch and go there, whether it was going to actually work or not. 843, caffeine or alcohol? I don't drink alcohol. I think I stopped drinking alcohol maybe 4 years ago, maybe even longer than that, I can't remember. I feel fine, I don't miss it. So yeah, I still have caffeine, so I'm gonna say caffeine because I cannot live without tea. Do have coffee every now and again, but mainly tea. 844, I feel like this has been edited because when this first was created, this program did not exist. So Betty or Veronica is the first question of this. It's from that TV show. Why can I not remember what it's called? It's on Netflix, that Netflix TV show. I'll put it down here when I remember what it's called. Wait. I've just found out that it was based on a comic book series. What? Since when? Okay, so Betty or Veronica, they're the two main girls in Riverdale. That's what it's called. I'm gonna say Veronica. I find Betty really annoying. And then for the guys, Archie, Reggie or Jughead, I really like Jughead out on that TV show. I don't know if that's just because I'm a fan of the Sprouse twins or what, but right. 845, what book are you reading right now? I'm not. I don't think I've read anything recently. I was doing so well last year reading like a lot, but then I think that's probably because I was on furlough, wasn't working for like 6 months, and so I spent a lot of my time reading just to pass the time by. 846, is the news too depressing? It can be. I mean, it depends. There's always ways of trying to find and see more positive news articles. I feel like I don't necessarily actually check the news these days. I only sort of see it when it comes up on my phone saying breaking news, and that's the only time I check it. So 847, would you rather have a stuffed lion, elephant, pig or duck? Out of those 4 selections, I'd probably choose a lion out of that. 848, are you late for a very important date? Am I, Millie? Am I late for an important date? No, my cat thinks not, so I don't think I am. 849, ever use star 69? I don't know what that means. 850, is everyone as smart as you? It depends, okay? Everyone is smart in different ways. People are smart when they're scientists, when they're web designers, like I am, like F1 drivers, vets, like, depends kind of what alley you go down. Everyone is smart in different areas, basically, is what I'm saying. Like, no individual is probably as smart as. 851, have you ever seen the musical Annie? Yes, I've seen the original one a few times, and I've watched the newer version. Is that the one that's got like Jamie Foxx in it? Is that right? I'm not too sure, but I've seen that version as well. 852, silk or satin sheets? Satin. However, I do like silk pillowcases. 853, soap or bubble bath? Bubble bath for sure. 854, your best colour, blue or red? I'm not too sure. I don't really like wearing blue, but I don't think I own anything that's red, apart from makeup. So I'm gonna say blue for that purpose. 855, what's your favourite candy? So this changes pretty regularly. Like, I go through stages of being obsessed with different like sweets. We call them sweets here. But my go-to at the moment is chocolate raisins. They are something I have loved since I was a child, actually, not gonna lie. But yeah, I recently went to a sweet shop and bought them, and only them, so I'm guessing that's my favourite. 856, can you sing? I like to pretend I can sing, but no. I've always wanted to learn to sing and like try and be better at it, so I don't sound like I'm kidding people when I'm singing. But 857, it's the end of the world as we know it. How do you feel? I mean, we're currently in like COVID times. It already feels like the end of the world as we know it. Everything has changed now. Like, all the like precautions that are set up and everything. Like, I think stuff is not necessarily going to change back to normal immediately, so I think we're already there, and I'm not too fussed about it. It makes it kind of nicer that like everywhere is a little less packed, and I like it being a bit more organised because people have to book to do things. 858, you take your little sister She's 12. Shopping for school clothes. Mum gave you the money to hold. She picks out a skimpy top, a blazoned hottie, and hip-hugging pants that leave at least 2 inches of skin north and south of her navel, exposed to the wind. She insists if she doesn't have these clothes, she'll look awful, the other kids will tease her, and she'll feel like a nerd. Do you think she should or should not wear these clothes, and do you buy them for her? 12 years old, imagine that. I don't have a little sister, I'm the youngest in my family, and I'm someone who's quite reserved as it is, so I wouldn't necessarily wear these clothes, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have to. However, 12 years old, I think that's too young to be wearing clothes like this, so I'm gonna say no, and I would not buy them for her. Sorry, little sis. You are imaginary. I don't have a little sister, but if I did, no. Also, just to the point, if she's 12, that means how old was I if she was born? So I'm 29. So I would have been 17 if she was born. That's crazy. 859. What do you think is the most annoying cliche? So mine are, with all due respect, I'm not even joking, to be honest, and I think there's a fourth one. You know what I mean? Oh, and at the end of the day as well, I think those are my least favourite ones. 860. What band is underground right now but will one day get really popular? I honestly do not know. I don't really listen to like unknown music, if that makes sense. I sort of only listen to older music or like current music, I guess. So no idea. I don't really know. I guess we'll find out in the future. 861. Of the following, which word best describes you? Versatile, wonderful, extra special, your own best friend, zany. My own best friend, that is me. I am an introvert, I live by myself. I like to just make videos and talk to the camera, which is basically just talking to myself, so there we go. What does BYOB stand for? I'm not cheating, no. What does BOB stand for? Bring your own bottle, bring your own booze, or bring your own beer. 863. Who is the sexiest? Marilyn Monroe, James Dean, Elvis, Jim Morrison, Madonna, Cyndi Lauper. Marilyn Monroe / James Dean. 864. Do you always do what's expected of you? I think so. 865. Do you believe everything you hear on the news? I do when it's the BBC News. I don't on the Daily Mail or the Sun or like some of those other brands of news resources. That's the right word. But yeah, I mainly focus on BBC News. I think they're the most believable. Or ITV News, I guess, as well. So okay, 866. Would you prefer $100 gift certificate to Hot Topic or Abercrombie and Fitch? Assuming neither store gives change, so you'll have to spend the whole thing. Do those shops even exist in England? I do not know. So I don't even know what they sell. No idea. 867. Have you ever won a competition? No, I don't think so. 868. Who looks sloppier when they are overweight? Guys or girls? This is kinda sketchy. 869. At what age do you become all grown up? It depends. I think some people can be more grown up at an earlier age than others. For me, I felt like I had grown up by the time I finished university, and I went to university late, so I'm gonna say like 22, 23. It's not exactly as soon as you turn 18 when you are an adult that you are necessarily grown up. I think it takes a few years to mature and become who you are. You've got to get out of the university state of mind as well, because I think a lot of the people there are a little bit still childish. So yeah, I think it's probably in your mid-20s maybe when you start becoming or feeling a bit more grown up, when you are out of education and starting to work more full-time. I think that's probably when you start to like figure things out. Maybe when you move out and have like all the responsibilities of like paying the bills or living, like buying everything. Yeah. 870. Have you ever written graffiti on anything? I don't think so, no. I've never really been someone to draw on things, so no. 871. Can you remember what you wrote? No. 872. Are you a force of nature? No, I don't think so. 873. What do you think of blue or gold eyeshadow? Blue eyeshadow, for years I would not touch blue eyeshadow, and then it's only been like this year where I have been using it and realising that it doesn't look that bad. I always thought you shouldn't wear blue eyeshadow because you've got blue eyes. However, gold eyeshadow looks flipping amazing on my eyes because of my blue eyes. It like really stands out. So okay, 874. Would you ever wear any of the following Halloween costumes? A flapper, hippie, disco dancer? Maybe a hippie. I don't really dress up for Halloween. So 875. Should birth control be taught in high school? How about in junior high or elementary school? I think birth control should probably be taught at the same time like sex education is being taught in school, because it's all the same thing. And I know people who were like 16 years old who obviously did not like prepare properly, and they got pregnant. So I think yes, it needs to be like, people need to take more like responsibility at that age. 876. Would you consider yourself a genius? I don't think so. I would say I'm just more someone who's got a lot of skills and I can pick things up quite quickly. I'm someone who can learn something rather fast in comparison to other people. I don't know, that's just, my mind is just really good at picking things up. 877. What did you think of the movie Solaris? Never seen it, so I don't know. 878. Which is usually better, movies or books? Books I think is always better because they don't cut things out. Like the books have the entire plot in it. Movies are just like a dwindled down version of it, so they cut out a lot of like important moments in it. 879. Do you think The Hobbit will be made into a movie? Yes, I do, and it has been, so that's awkward. Do you research which brands use sweatshops to make their clothing before you shop? No, I don't. Alright, I think that's it. I'm going to stop it here before my camera dies. I hope you guys enjoyed this part of the 5,000 question survey, and as always I shall see you guys next time. Bye guys.